Hello, welcome to a figure review, to another figure review, to another round of SH Figuarts. I'm redoing this one also. I've had this one lying around for a while now. And I already did the review, but when I just tried to edit, I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, this is so boring. Who wants to look at that? So I'm redoing this one, METAL GARURUMON, SH Figuarts, Digimon. As usual, I'm gonna let you have a look at the box real quick. And I gotta say, this is a really cool box. Like, seriously. As you can tell from previous reviews, I'm never really much of a box guy, but this is cool. I like the artwork, that's like the main thing of it. I like the kind of darker tone that they had in the card game. Like, for example, look, everything in the anime, everything looked more rounded, it looked more friendly, it looked brighter, but here's like all kind of, it's more edgy. But yeah, it's dark, it's edgy, he has like all the veins going on in his hand over there. Don't remember that from the anime, do you? Let's get into it and have a look at the figure. Whee! That was a bad idea. And there we have him. I've already assembled him. I mean, assembled. There's like the wings are not in the package when you take him out. But it doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the overall fine detail. The paint job is very nice. I love it. Like, for example, the thing is this. He looks purplish, but depending on how the lights hit the metal parts, it looks a lot more grayish. So I don't... what do you call it? Is that like pearlescent or kind of like a gunmetal kind of stuff? Something like that. But you can tell as I rotate him around, you know, the kind of color shifts a little bit depending on how the light hits. Awesome job. I like it. So let's have a look at at the size of this guy. I mean, first of all, let's have a look. From head to tail, it's 16 centimeters. Depending on how you put the tail out, I mean, that's movable. But yeah, almost 16 centimeters, which is a little over 6 inches, almost 6.5. And standing up on his paws to his back, he is 8 up to here, which would be a little over 3 inches, and up to his ears it would be 9, so that would be 3.5 inches. It's kind of hard to tell because there's a lot of things you want to look at here. Lots of cool things going on, actually a bunch of detail, which you might not see at first sight. First of all, you have the little propellers going on. In his feet, he has kind of a logo going on. In his chest, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, but it looks good. He has the 01 on his head. Overall look of the figure is great, if you ask me. You got the gold, you got the metal, you got some more gold, and it's all pearlescent stuff. It's all shiny, it's all shimmery. You see like the little particles in there. That's what I'm talking about when I say shiny. I need better words. A nice little bit of shading going down here. So yeah, good conversion. This is definitely flat with the metallic, and I like the conversion, like I said. Enough about that. Let's get to the articulation of this guy. First of all, head moves around at the top of his head, moves around at his neck over here, and over there even, like. So this is what you get out of that. Kind of hard to tell. Let's see. First of all, the head itself doesn't really, only goes up and down a little bit. Goes around left and right just a little bit, thanks to this part actually, and then you have it at the lower to help it. That one goes around all the way and all the way off. So you have the double ball in there, and this piece is just kind of floating, so that's not actually an articulated piece, but you have the double ball in there with the floating piece over there, so it doesn't get into the way and actually gets a lot of motion out of it. And then you have his mouth that opens. So then we get to the front paws. They go out to the sides like that. There's actually pretty much a lot of room that they left out of there. You can see the joint kind of coming out of it, which doesn't really look bad because it's obviously METAL GARURUMON. It's a robot and stuff. Well, robot, whatever. And this is ratcheted, as you can tell, as you can hear. So makes for great stability. He will not fall over at all. And this always stays in place. It doesn't really lock into place that super hard as a ratchet would, so it's actually better in my opinion, because you can still have some room to kind of wiggle it around and not, you know, be be stuck in that static position with, like, for example, Revoltech. That's why I don't like the Revoltech joint. So down here at the legs, at the paws, front paws, goes forward, kind of stretches out straight, but goes forward a little bit, not that much. Has this kind of metal wire or tube or whatever, which fits itself onto the articulation, kind of goes in there. That's cool. Then the paw itself rotates around, gets all the way around. You would think that it kind of gets blocked by that, but they left just enough room and it goes off again. Boink. So goes left and right, forward, back. I think it gets a lot out of it. The paw hinge, it's not a toe hinge, it's a paw hinge. It goes down a lot. Doesn't really go up at the torso. He goes around easy, no problemo. Gets kind of stuck in the wings, but that's my problem. And goes back and forward a little bit. Actually, quite a bit. Gets blocked up here, but yeah, down there it's just like... You can make him in a sitting pose. Good doggy. The back paws, pretty much the same thing. Goes around all the way, and the wing kind of gets off. See, it's not really ratcheted. It's kind of. I don't know what they did there, but it's kind of like it stays in place. As you can tell, I'm just gonna take these off real quick because it's getting in the way. But yeah, it goes around, goes to the side, and together, and then. Same thing, goes forward, doesn't really go back, kind of stretches out, and the paw itself goes around, forward, not very much, back, has a lot more wiggle room there. And speaking of wiggle, it goes to size a little bit, same as here. Doesn't really it's not really a full ankle rock or anything. So then we have like the rockets or spike packs. I guess there's rockets in there, but those go out to the side, actually get fairly good motion out of it. More than you would think. But goes back and forth, goes inside a little bit and outside, and it's actually like there's a hinge up here. Yeah, there's the hinge actually. Kind of moves aside and just kind of pegs in here, and there you go. There you get that. And the tail is like the switchblade. Rotates around, goes around all the way, and then we got the things where the wings go in. You can kind of peg that in or pull it out. Not really peg it in, it just kind of push it in. So accessory wise, first of all, you have the wings as I've already shown you. You just kind of peg those in here, up there, and they just rotate around because they're just like on a round pack. Obviously there's no ball peg or anything, but there's just a pack going in with a hinge on it, and it just kind of, why is it going off? Well, I mean, whatever. You have this energy effect, I guess, when it's flying, so you can pop that in here, pop the other one off. Let us demonstrate the power of flying with a Metal Garurumon. So yeah, you got that. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. I'm not a fan of it. It's just like, it's kind of, it's see-through and then kind of gets yellow at the end. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it looks good. Sorry, but it's there. So if you want to use it, by the way, you have an extra part. If you want to put him on the base, he does not come with the base, but he has this extra part, so you can put that down here and just connect your regular SH Figuarts base stuff to this part, so you can have him in a flying pose. Just a bummer that he doesn't come with a base himself, but at least I thought of that. Then he has an energy effect to put in his mouth. You can tell there's the hole. And let me see if I can get that done real quickly. Well, I haven't really pegged it in, but there you go, and that's what you're gonna get. I'm gonna charge my laser. I think it's in. It's still in. I don't know. It definitely fits in, and it doesn't go out. It doesn't fall out. No problem there. It's super spiky actually. Ow. Dangerous. No, but seriously, don't buy this for your kids. Like I legit fucking hurt myself a little bit on the thumb when I took this out, and I was like, ow. God damn it. But yeah, it looks cool. I like it. Translucent with a little bit of a white. And yeah, super spiky over here, so beware of that. Don't give it to your children. And then we have a rocket, which goes where his logo is. Let's see if I can get that off. Yep, actually just kind of pull that off, and you get like this rocket with eyes kind of sticking out. Let me zoom in real quick. That looks super funky. Nicely detailed. I mean, zoomed in very far, and it falls off. It's not part of the deal. I didn't put it in so super right, but yeah, there you go. Suzy 9mm. That's a Conker reference. Anybody? Conker's Bad Fur Day? I hope somebody got that. But anyway, that's it. That's all the accessories. Rawr. And it's time for the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? Well, definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of Digimon, and even if you're not a fan of Digimon, just a fan of cool figures, this is definitely a cool figure because it's unique. Unless you're not into unique stuff. But it's an entirely new mold. They did a great job with the metallic paint job. The articulation is also a thing that always can be debated on how you do like a non-humanoid figure, and I do believe they did a good job with that, so kudos to that. And there's nothing really to complain. I mean, the articulation is somewhat limited in some parts like the legs, but still, why would you kind of want to bend it back? It doesn't really bend back in real life, even though this is a Digimon and they do not exist in real life. So why am I talking about real life? I don't know. I like it, so if you want yourself a Garurumon, go out and buy it. And just for comparison's sake, I'm gonna have in War Greymon, the partners in crime. Now, it's been a very long time since I last seen some Digimon episodes or the movie or whatnot, but is it just me, or is War Greymon just a little bit too small? Like, seriously, it's just like, I don't know. I remember him to be bigger, but maybe that's just me. Overall, they look good together though. And that was kind of like the thing. I really wanted War Greymon, and I had the War Greymon for a while, and I thought like he would look great with a Metal Garurumon, which he can ride. I don't know why I did that. Did he ever ride him in the show? It works though. It fucking works. If you want a War Greymon to ride your Metal Garurumon, you can absolutely do that. But yeah, as usual guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more gameplay stuff, figure reviews, and whatever Metal Garurumon wants. And that was super robotic. It's kind of hard to move that. Anyhow, goodbye. Ah.